To recap, to recap what we discussed till now, we are discussing about the work process administration part. SAP work process administration part we are discussing. As part of the SAP work process administration, so we are discussed about the dialog and update and queue background. So these are the four work process we discussed. And lastly, we discussed about the background jobs. The background jobs the will be run by background work process, which means background work process are responsible to run the jobs. If we don't have the background jobs in our system, so jobs it won't run. Jobs means kind of automation to reduce the manual efforts. So jobs can do the automation, which means it will run automatically without any manual interrupt. So job can run it here. So jobs, right? So yesterday we discussed about the 36, session 36 and 37, the creation of the batch jobs and everything here, right? So as part of that concept, DVEB, next one is the M. M for message server here. M for the message server. So what is the use of the message server here? Message server will perform the logon load balancing. Message server will perform the load balancing activities. Load balancing activities will be performed by the, so this message server here. Logon load balancing activities will be performed by the message server here. So the load balancing will be performed based upon the groups, logon groups here. So we have to logon groups based upon the logon groups, which we will create in SMLG. In SMLG transaction code, we will create it. Means message server, will perform the logon load balancing here. Maybe if you go to the SMMS, here we can see the message server status and everything, message server active or not. Here we can only see the message server details and everything here, right? But message server will do the load balancing activities based upon the, so based upon the groups, logon groups here. The logon groups which we have to create in the SMLG transaction code. In SMLG transaction code, we have to create it here. So suppose here we need to create the groups. Why? Because the people will connect to the our system based upon the groups, right? Suppose the all the public persons will connect to the our system based upon the this group and based upon the this application server here, right? And also the India people will connect to the our system based upon the this group here, right? And also the USA people, they will connect to our system based upon the this group here, right? Based upon the group here. So groups we have to create it in the systems. Groups, logon groups we have to create it here. So based upon the groups, the users will enter into the system. So message server, right? Here if you see the load distribution, here we can see the what is the current load, how many users are logged in, what is the response time. Here you can see the response time of the application server. Response time means how much time it's taken to respond the application server request and everything, right? Here we can see the response time here in this case here. So SMMS is only for the message server status, we can check it out. But how the message server will do the load distribution based upon the logon groups which you create in the SMLG transaction code here. First of all, how the message server will distribute the load here. Suppose SAP is the three-tier architecture, right? Presentation layer, application layer, and database layer here. In the application layer, we have the in the application layer, we have the ASCS instance and the application server we have here. And this is SAP. SAP, you will get the two instances. One is the ASCS. The second one is the primary application server. Primary application server, we will get it out. So presentation layer 2, people we are logging to the directly application server. Then that is connecting to the database. So that is fine. SAP will connect to the database. That is fine here, right? So this is the normal scenario which we are doing here, right? SAP GUI, SAP Logon pad to SAP Logon pad, SAP the Logon pad here. So here, what's happening in our case here? You are connecting, you are directly connecting to the application server and you are doing the work. But if you have the more than one application server, if you have the more than one application server, then we need to add the additional application servers. We need to add the additional application server which will handle the load. This application server also have the dispatcher and remaining dialog work process and remaining work process and dispatcher and remaining work process are available here, right? So this will connect to the this database here. This will connect to the this database here, right? So that is the one application server here, right? ASCS is only one for all. If you install the multiple application servers, ASCS is only one. But in that case, if you are connecting through direct one application server, that is not the case. If you have the more than one application server, you should not connect directly to the one application server here. You need to connect via ASCS instance. ASCS means message server, NQ server. So what this message server, NQ server will do? Message server, NQ server will distribute the load to the available application server. In case of equally, the load also will be distributed to the this application server as well as the this application server as well here, right? So using the this concept, if we can install the additional application server, we have the more application servers that will handle the user load and everything here. That will handle the user load here, right? That will handle the user load here, right? So application server, primary application server, and one more application server. And tomorrow there is a load getting increased. Then you can also install the one more application server. Then one more application server. Like that, n number of application servers we can add to the our main instance we can add to the n number of application server to handle the load. Initially you thought only so 500 users only, then later there are the 1000 users are logging, system unable to handle the request. Then we can install the one more, then users are increasing, then business is getting increased. So based on that, we can based upon that one, so we can go with the next we can go with the additional application server which will handle the user load, which will handle the user load related activities in the system, right? So that is the one thing here, right? So here logon groups will be created based upon the SMLG. The logon groups will be created in the systems here, right? So that is the one case here. But sir, how to install it here, right? How to install the this one? Why? Because if you are only connecting to the particular application server, if this is down, if this application server is down, you cannot log into the one more application server, one more application server. You cannot log into the system. But if you have more than one is there, if you instead of directly connecting to the app server, you can connect to the message server instance, so that this message server will check which one is active, then it will distribute the load to the available application server. In case of this is down, it will route the request to the this one. In case of this is also down, then it will route the request to the this one. Like that, your request will be forwarded to the available application server. When? When you are connecting through ASCS, which means message server will perform the rebalancing activity, logon balancing activities will be performed here. So in that case, we need to install the additional application server. Currently, we have only one app server we have, right? So suppose if you see here, currently we have only one application server we have in the system, right? So that is the NWD. We have only one application server we have. This is the one, right? 0 and 1. And we don't have the multiple application servers, right? In that case, we can install the one additional application server by using the SWPM itself only. As WPM only, we can install the additional application servers, right? So that we can do that one here, right? So how to perform the additional application server installation? So that two application servers will be available, so that it will handle the load. It will handle the load in the systems here. Then how to install the additional application server? How to install the additional application server in that case here, right? Using the SWPM tool, we can install the additional app server here, right? So in that case, what I can do here, I can go ahead here. Why? Because message server will distribute the load based upon the groups. Suppose if you see here, based upon the group here, your request will be displayed, right? Based upon the group, your request will be displayed here, right? So then we have to install the additional application server. How to install the additional application server? Then only you can see your request will be forwarded to the available application servers, right? Then what I can do here, I can log into the, okay, what I will do, I will go to, okay, here itself. Let me expand. Why? Because if you don't have the additional application server, the load distribution will not work. Why? Because we don't have additional application server. Then message server will not distribute the any request here, right? So in that case, what I am going to do now, let me try to, okay, only 6 GB is there. Let me try to clear the file systems here. Where is the NWD installed? I don't know what it is. Okay, let me clean up these things. So what it will do? Message server will distribute. Why? Because in the ASCS message server is there. Message server will distribute the load to the this application server as well as the this application server also. In the round robin mode, one request is here, one request is here, one request is here, one request here. Based upon the response time, your request will be forwarded. Right? Even the one is down, another one will. But how it will be forwarded means, so based upon the Logon groups which we create in the SMLG transaction code. Then in that group, based upon the Logon group, the group we will assign to the one application server or two app servers. Based on that, that will be assigned. Based on that, so that will be assigned to the respective so application servers here, right? So that will happen in the systems. So let me try to do the, I'm going to stop the, oh my God, many services here. Many servers, many services. Okay, so this is done. Okay, this is done here. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to SWPM tool and SWPM tool. I'm going to add the additional application servers here. For adding the additional application server, we need to go to the SWPM tool. There we have to add the, there is an option to add the additional application server there. So that option we need to select it. You no need exports again, only no need any other softwares here. Only kernels and SWPM softwares are required here. SWPM softwares are required here. So then enter the your user ID. Right? So here go to the SAP NetWeaver 7.5 and what is your database, select it and installation. But here you can see the additional SAP instances here. Normally installation means you will go to the application server ABAP, you will do the fresh installation. This is not the fresh installation. You are going to add the additional application server. Additional means new application server. What it contains, the application server? Application server contains the what information? application server contains the dispatcher and other dialog work process it contains. So that information will be tracked under there. So that is the reason. So we have the all the information is available in this case here, right? So that's why you are going to install the additional application servers. What I'm going to do now, let me change the BTC process. So it is processing only additional application servers to the existing instance on the same host or different host. Also, we can do the installation on the same host or in the different host. Also, we can perform the this kind of installation. Right? Go to the typical means on the existing different different instance, different operating system. Also, we can install it or same host, and you can install the one more additional application servers. You can install it here. So log off is required. So log off. Okay. Same additional application server also like a installation what we are doing, but here slightly it won't ask the exports, it won't ask the so other details and everything here. Why? Because just adding the additional application server, you don't require to install the additional database only because it will just adding the additional application server, but it will use the same database, it will use the same ASCS instance and everything here, right? So just only to handle the user's load it is taking care of the additional we are doing the additional application server installation in our SAP systems here, additional application server here, right? So this is the SWPM tool. Normally you guys are we are doing the installation. This is the port number and this is the log file which we are referring here. So here it will ask the profile directory. As you know, we can browse the profile directory and click on the next button, profile directory, and click on the next button. So password for all the users, whatever the password we set, then we have to provide the password for that users and click on the next button. Only passwords it will ask us and instance number. We need to provide the instance number for that instance, that new instance which is creating the new instance that we have to provide the instance number. So then yeah, then it will ask the remaining details. Then we will able to install the new app server here. So here we can observe the logs, what's happening with the SAP system, what is the step it is executing, whether the logs are updating or not. We can check it out, SAP inst.log file. So this log file will give you the clear information, what's happening in the system, whether the logs are updating or not. So all the information you see, all the information is getting updated here. This is what it's required. So now it is asking the prerequisites. So that is fine. And we can select the no prerequisites. Prerequisites means fab size. Fab size it is asking us to maintain. So host agent not required to update it. Click on the next button. So this is for the just additional application server installation here. Adding the additional application server here. What is the instance number it is asking? So currently 0001. Now you want to NWD, right? NWD. So 0001. And you can just go with the either 10 or 11 or 17 or 20. 20 already there. And 20 already expired. Then, okay, 17. Instance number. Why? Because the instances will be differentiated by the instance number here on the same host. So that is the reason you are choosing the different installation number you are choosing here. See, it's done. See, nothing asked, just only profiles, passwords, and instance number of the AAS, additional application server instance number. So that one. So it is coming to the installation of the main instance here, right? Means it is adding to the main instance here. So it will be quick actually. So it will be added to the new application server will be added to the existing system here. New application server. If one is down, other one will handle the load. So that is the main purpose here. So here, meanwhile, what I will do, I will do the some cleanup of this one. PDK is not required. That is done already. So here it will install the one more instance. It will add it here. Now ASCS related, the instance related that the voice level file system that I will explain it. So it is doing the installation. You see here, it is successfully added the privileges here, then account. So it is doing everything. It is doing one by one, one by one. All the steps are
But
performed.
actually, yeah, application installation process server one practice one server
This is the practice too. You guys are doing installation on the practice too only, right?
yeah. But you told only installation process server practice one server, sir.
Practice one is gone. Nowadays, you guys are doing all are doing on the practice two only.
Yes.
Starting onwards. That is the I just rename it to the practice two. The
Okay.
host name I rename it to the practice two. So you can just that is the host you guys are doing the installations of the all the systems and everything. So now it is doing the additional application server installation. Additional new app server is getting added to the your NWD instances here. NWD instance new app server is getting added here. That is what it is doing in the systems, right? So that is what it is doing. So let me start the one more instance. To start the SAP, just right click on it and start it. The application server will be started from the MMC here. It will be started. See here. So dispatcher and IGS, all the process are there here. All the process are there. It is starting mode here. All the it is starting now. So in one more application server also will be installed in this case. One more app server also will be installed here. So the directories are creating. See, installation of the common directories are creating here. Okay, one more directories are creating. Common directories are getting created here. So now D instance number ASCS, now D17 installation directories will be created here in this case. Creating the default profile for NWD profiles, everything will be created here.
So while installing, we don't rotate to stop the
So
system.
creating the instance basics of D17 almost done. See,
Sir, while installing, we don't to stop the system. We don't
don't
to
require
stop
to
the.
stop the system, not required. Why? Because just adding the application server, you are not doing anything. Just adding the additional app servers, you are going to do that one here. One more app server, you are going to install it here. So which means it will install the new app server will be installed here. See here, it is doing. You no need to stop the any other existing systems or anything here. See here, one more folder got created. So one more instance will be created here. You can see. Where is the, oh, is it closed? So it is starting mode. You can see it is starting mode. It's done, almost done. 99% is done. So it is starting now. App server is getting started now. Getting starting now. So let me just open the MMC. Here one more instance got created. Previously we have the 0001, now 17. Right? Now 17 here. One more instance getting created here. See here, it is getting created. All are getting created here. So you don't need to stop the existing one due to the space issues or something. So it will be stopped status, but you don't need to stop it here. It will be started. This is also getting down. So because of the space issues, what I can do, go to the USR, SAP, SID, sys profile. This one is you don't require to, there is a topic here, profiles and parameters topic. That time you will come to know all the information and everything here. Okay, so that is the one. Why? Because now due to the space issues, see, systems are not getting started. Systems are not getting started here due to the space issues or anything. DB connect failure host initialization DB connect. Is it system is running fine? Means DB database failed, login failed, NWD. There is no database, I guess, in this case. Login failed for the user. There is no database here. There is no database. NWD login failed. Why? Because we are doing multiple installations and uninstallation, right? That is the reason login failed. But it's completed. It's done. It's very simple actually. So installation only starting. If the system is started, then we are good. So system is not starting. Maybe the database it is gone now. The database is gone now here. So what I will do here, I will do the cleanup here. So you guys freshly install the one system, then also install the new application server, new additional application server. You can install it here. Two app servers, you can install it. So what I will do, I will do the cleanup. So what I will do here, so okay, there is no NWD here. That is the main thing. Let me clean up all. Okay, all the databases I deleted from the SQL server. And so this is also I'm doing the cleanup so that you guys can start the installation of the additional application servers and everything. Okay, so what I will do here, I will do the all the cleanup here. Freshly once again, anyone or group. So please install the new apps, new SAP system, including additional application servers also. You can install it here. Additional application servers also, please install it here. All the services, everything I'm stopping here. Everything is getting deleted now. Okay, so it's done. So all the cleanup is done now. Now we have the free space in the database level, sorry, SAP level. So what you have to do, you can install the one fresh SAP system and add the additional application server, which we have done as of now. Whatever we have done it, you can install it here. You can put the different SID here. Okay, so no need to keep the same SID. You can put the different SID here. So that is what you need to do it here. So your work is like install the fresh new instance. You need to do that one here, right? That is what you have to perform it in the systems here. So here let me create the virtual memory. There is a swap memory. It's saying that I'm creating the swap space here. So swap space I am creating so that SAP applications will start it here. SAP applications will start it here. Restart now. Okay, so now anyone same way how we have done the installation. Now you need to build the new SAP system and you will get the ASCS and pass, and also you need to add the additional application servers. In this case, add the additional application servers. If you add the additional application server, there will be a 2 application servers that will help to you, here. Okay, that is what you need to do it in our systems here. Okay, so that is the adding the additional application servers in our case here. That is what you have to do it. So once that is done, then we can add the groups in SMLG. We can add the groups in the SMLG. Then whatever the application servers are there, suppose like India. So for India, I can add the one more application servers here. So one more app server, I can add it. So then people will connect through via these groups. People will connect to via this group here. So people will log into the server. So suppose if you see here, so NWD. So suppose you are trying to create the NW1 system. Then here, so NW1 groups. Here you need to use the message server groups, not the direct application server. Here you need to use the custom application server. Then NW1. So groups you need to use it. Then SID is the NW1. Then instance number is the 00. Then application server. So here you are connecting. Normally you are connecting to the custom application server, direct application server. But here you need to use the groups, message server groups. You have to use it here. Groups means SMLG groups. We have to use it here, right? So then here after that SID, NWD, then message server details, then KP online 1, that is the host name of the NW1, then 36 instance number, 36 instance number we have to give it. Then the groups will be displayed here. So it will connect to the message server. Then the whatever the groups you created in the NW1, that groups will be displayed here. That groups will be displayed here. That groups will be displayed here 3603, right? That groups will be displayed in the systems. That groups will be displayed in the systems here. So that is what we have to do it in the system. That is what we have to do it in the systems here, right? See all the groups, whatever the groups you have created, public, USA and India. So here after you creation of the groups, what will happen? All Indian people, if you log in via login, if you are the groups, then so based upon the groups, so your request will be forwarded to the respective application server. Based upon the groups, your request will be forwarded to the respective application server here. You are connecting to message server India group. This India group is pointing to one application server, two application server, multiple application server. Then your request will be forwarded to the either any one of the application server here. That is the message server will perform the load balancing activities based upon the groups which we will create in the SMLG transaction code here, right? That is the main thing here. So now what you have to do now, your duty is like you need to create a additional application server. You need to install the fresh system. Here you need to install the fresh system here. Then you need to add the additional application server, fresh system, as well as the install the fresh apps or fresh installation and fresh application server. You need to install it here. Then you have the 2 app servers. then load balancing will work here in that case. Load balancing will work in that case here. Okay, that's what you have to do it in the systems here. Okay, got it? So that is the one pending activities from your side. So connect as a group. So install one SAP system, suppose like any one of the SAP system, and do the so fresh application server installations and everything. Okay, got it? Clear, right? Hello? Oh.